Hey, it's future post-editing Mac, so I figured I'd give this concrete. So this is a new series I'm doing. It's called Flash Mac Fridays. Pretty much what this is that I go over one classic piece of either movie, TV show, video game, or anything else that I feel like doing on like any other Friday or any Friday of every month of the year. I just want to see how this does. I want to expand my range more, do more of a weekly series or bi-weekly series. So enjoy the first episodes, and if you have any suggestions of what I should do for the next edition of it, please let me know down in the comments below, because the more suggestions will be grateful. So enjoy the first Flash Mac Friday. Take care.
Standing next to you, baby girl, how do I look in my do-rag? Would you tell me the truth? Stay with me and love me through the night.
Let me regale you the tale of Josh Trank. So you kids nowadays will link his name to the infamous 2015 failure that was Fan 4 Stick, and his interesting follow-up film Capone in 2020 with Tom Hardy, which was interesting.
We've got 100 guys here at the house. How can somebody not know where the hell he is? I don't know if anybody.
Okay.
But there was a time in 2012 where he was seen as one of the better up-and-coming directors in the game, and all thanks to his debut film, Chronicle. And while his later works may have been less than memorable, Chronicle has still remained not only his best film, but a very good film 12 years later. To this day, Chronicle remains one of the more unique takes in the found footage genre. It not only serves as a found footage film, but it's also a superhero and thriller sci-fi movie. To sum it up, it's the live-action Akira film that has been in production hell since the early 2000s, and probably the best adaptation of Akira that we'll probably ever have. There's a few elements that make Chronicle a good film, the tone, acting, and the story being the case. The tone of Chronicle is the biggest standout for not only me, but a lot of other viewers too. It strikes a good balance of serious/dark moments and lightheartedness and comedy. The scenes when the three main characters are hanging out and messing around with their powers was fun and entertaining. It makes the scene when things get intense and sad more impactful, because we've been following these characters throughout the movie and learning more about them on a personal level, and it's just kind of sad to see what happens in the end. And that can lead into the acting. Alex Russell, Dan DeHaan, and Michael B. Jordan did a great job with their roles. I think Dane DeHaan was the standout for me, and watching his descent from the quiet bully kid to after they get the powers and as the film goes on becoming the quote-unquote apex predator is one of the most satisfying, or not even satisfying, it's one of the more fascinating character downfalls in the 2010s cinema, in my opinion. It's both compelling and tragic at the same time. And lastly, the story was very compelling. It was investing and engaging from beginning to end. Once they got their powers and all the way to the end, the film does a good job of keeping you engaged. Like, once everything starts to go down near the end, like, I think the most memorable part of this movie would probably have to be the last fight between Andrew and Matt. I think that's probably one of the better unique fight scenes. A lot of more memorable parts was from that last scene. But I feel like the only weak part of Chronicle would be the ending. The way it ends is a bit underwhelming. It's worse because they don't necessarily do it as sequel bait. I know that Josh Trank said at the time that they weren't really planning on making a sequel, but now they're doing a sequel with a female lead. It's going to take place 10 years after. It has new writers. So it was just like, oh, this story's over, I guess. But it just ended on a real ambiguous note. And it was just kind of like, oh, that's it? Okay, cool. You had us in the first half, but you lost us in this round. Chronicle was released on February 3rd, 2012 on a budget of $15 million. After its run at the box office, it would go on to gross $126.6 million. Overall, Chronicle is a really good film. It still holds strong 12 years later, and I feel is a bit underrated in this day and age. If you like a non-traditional superhero movie, give this film a watch. I'm going to give Chronicle a final grade of an A-. So let me know down in the comments below, did you enjoy Chronicle? Did you see it back in the day? And what other films do you feel like Josh Trank would give a shot at? Until next time, I've been Mac for Mac Movie Reviews. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.
This is fun! Hello.